Yeah, there it goes. All right, so it'll be recorded now. Can I get each of you to read out exactly what your definition of your character is? So, blah, blah, blah is who...
Oh, it's a little sentence. Yep.
Yeah. So, do you want to go first, Tom?
All right. Razko is an intuitive explorer who pilots StarCraft. Sometimes well, sometimes not so well. We don't talk about that.
Nick?
I am Orcus Magnificus. I am a brash marine who wears power armor. I'm concerned that wearing the power armor is a definition of my character.
I felt you should just, kind of own it, man.
Own it. Seems legit.
Seems legit. Brendan?
Antos is a stealthy explorer who operates undercover, which feels like a stronger description of a character than wears power armor.
Yeah, I like yours. I have pants.
Yeah, I don't know if the dolphin could have pulled off is a dolphin who goes on.
Not really a dolphin.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's an octopus identifier in Numenera you could have used.
True. There's a whole dedicated book to just the octopuses that I have.
Yeah, I got the underwater one.
Yeah,
I got everything.
Dan.
Okay. And Clank is a mechanical tech adept who conducts weird science.
And Dave.
With lasers.
I'm going to go Doc Brown in this shit, don't you worry.
Dave is looking confused at his screen.
Dave is looking paused at his screen.
There he is.
Hey, it's
Can anyone
Dave.
hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm back.
Yes.
Kush is a
Yes.
graceful speaker who works the back alleys.
Like, even from that, I'm impressed by you. Like, Cypher, like, that evokes character, that does. Right there. All right, so, nothing like completely changing the rule set mid-campaign, but let's not dwell on my predilections. So when last we saw Intrepid Adventurers, they were running away from Uncle Glenn, who some people thought might be, dodgy and suspect. And people went missing and darkness fell. I'm going to be honest, it's been so long since we ran it. Did you guys, is that kind of where it ended?
Well, the gem was in the fridge, and then we were all moderately unhappy with Kush. And then that was more or less where we ended, I thought.
Yes, it was that. Okay.
I found the gem in the refrigerator, and it all fell apart very quickly after that point.
Yes.
And
there were various sudden understandings that Kush might actually not be a member of the Secret Service, but was actually a criminal who was working off his debt to Imperial Society.
And I believe I suggested that we suicide bomb his ass. Suicide squad his ass.
Yes. And unfortunately no one has, helped you out there by implanting stuff. All right, so you don't trust Uncle Glenn, which is, hurtful. I mean, I'm just going to say it as I see it. It's hurtful. Now, we can probably sort of, so you've had that discussion. You've got the gem. You've kept everything. You ran away from Uncle Glenn. The steward went missing. So the guy who I think Kush remembers seeing, and then Kush hid in the side
Chasing
corridor.
after him, the pistol.
Yeah. So the next day, you're on the ship. It's morning and ship morning. There's breakfast being served and there's a seminar, on ancients about to be run. You guys are meant to be attending, pretty much everything, because you're looking for this lead that the drawing pointed you at. So funny. Maybe I shouldn't find it as funny as I do. Now, who's giving this talk?
My last note said presentation by Captain Knowledge tomorrow.
That's it. Captain Knowledge. Okay, so yes, he's giving a presentation now. What? So you guys all rock up. There's the same small cohort of people. Uncle Vlen is there, or Vlen Beckett, as he is known, is there. He looks at Kush. Kush, you're being stared at by a scary man. Is there anything you're
Kush
doing?
looks very innocent. Very innocent.
Very innocent. I can't remember. Did you share like your suspicions of Vlen with anyone? I don't think you did. Do you remember?
Because we were all in, I think, in Orcus's room or in somebody's room.
We were all deciding whether to space him.
Yeah, but that was space. That was
Yes, you
Space
did.
Kush, not Space Vlen. All right, so Captain of Knowledge stands up the front, and he's, sort of talking about this old story that's done the rounds. It's known as sort of the, how a contact brought him a bundle of papers, real, actual handwritten papers. Some were apparently, sort of nonsense, but then I looked into them and I saw the truth, and the truth was that there's, all these, there was this true story of the ancients in there, and then suddenly all the hollow projectors in the room light up and you see words spinning around him. He's done this whole orchestrating of this thing. He's got music playing in the background. He's got the words flashing in and out. It's like a, year 7 PowerPoint presentation. How many ways can I animate a word, and how do I get the bells to ring when I zoom things across the screen? We all know what we're talking about. Then he kind of goes, there were, all of this information, and then suddenly all of it collapses into this single statement. Their lies, all lies, blatant lies, a deceitful mountain in shadow and light. Kush, you were the one who ended up holding on to all of the papers that you stole from the scout ship.
Yes. So,
The handwritten papers.
Mhm.
That was the story of Twilight's Peak that you
Yes.
were going to, that you've been studiously reading as part of your, religious practice. This exact set of words you have seen before. They are in your handwritten copy.
Okay. I'll look to the others. Ears up.
Okay.
I've seen this before. I've heard that before. The notes on the garnet.
Right. Okay. Was there anything associated with those notes, or just that's all you remember?
There were a lot of notes. There was a.
That's cool.
I'm trying to remember. Probably be a bit easier if we had the journal from the travel day.
Okay. So while you guys are having this conversation, he's continuing this exposition on all these great insights he's gleaned from this handwritten copy that he has. Kush, you can agree or disagree. But there's this key story that he's pulled out of it, which is that a ship was a part of a convoy. It was forced to land at this ancient base, and somehow there were Bargear corsairs involved in chasing the ship, and it escaped the Vargia Corsairs in some fashion, but it crashed next to this ancient base. And he believes that this is a real story, but he's also pretty confident because he's done his research. There is no such ship as the Gyro Cadiz. There's no ship in registry, which is the ship name in the thing.
Was there any indication from the notes aboard the Garnet that of a possible location?
So can I get and I think you have.
Oh, yeah.
I think you have a history skill, Dave. I think I gave you.
No, I can't see it there. Balance and careful movement, deceiving, heavy weapons, light weapons, lockpicking, medium weapons, persuasion, physical performing arts, speed, defense, and stealth.
Oh no, that's right. That's right. Sadly, no.
I don't have history either.
Who's got?
Well,
history?
I'm
Someone
trained
does.
in history, but I do. I don't know
Yeah.
how
Okay.
full that is though.
Can I just get a intellect roll, Kush? You can get one asset for free. Oh, I need to set the general difficulty. Hold on, let me do that. What is the current difficulty?
Oh,
None.
you set it in the thing. That's cool.
Yeah. So now it's set as a general difficulty. So that'll operate for any roll that you.
That can't go wrong. Love it.
So this is the difficulty 4, but you get an asset, and that's not going to help you. Nope. A target.
Nearly
a
had
roll
an
of
intrusion
2.
on our first roll.
A roll. Nearly had an intrusion on your first roll. Okay, so no. There's something at the edge of your thinking, but you can't quite put your finger on it. There's something in the papers that makes you, sort of hold on a second. There's something I know about this, and I just can't work out what it is. All right. So at that moment, as you're contemplating that, there's a sort of an alarm sound.
Sorry, I missed all the stuff on how the resolution system works. I'm just reading for it now.
No, you're right. So basically, you roll against the target number, D20, roll above it, you succeed, roll below it, you don't. Target number is calculated by multiplying the difficulty number by 3. And if you use an asset, you can reduce the difficulty number by 1. If you use 2 assets, by 2, so forth and so on. But with a roll of 2, there's basically no way you could have succeeded.
No, that's pretty bad.
There's insufficient assets on the planet.
Yeah.
You chose poorly.
Oh, one minor point is if you can reduce the difficulty number to 0 for anything, you don't have to roll. You automatically succeed.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Which also means I can't get a GM intrusion, so you can't roll a 1. So it's actually automatic.
No rolling is good.
No rolling is good. All right. The captain is cut off by the ship's intercom. Urgent single. His shriek of rage almost drowns out the enactment as follows, but not quite. All passengers and crew, do not be alarmed. We are about to be boarded by personnel from an Imperial naval vessel.
Oh, shit.
You are in no danger. Please cooperate fully. I repeat, you are in no danger.
Sweet.
Oh,
I
we're
head
not
back
in
to
any
my
danger.
room where the fucking crystals
Yeah.
are.
Right. And what do you do with them?
Put them on my person.
He hides them.
Inside your suit?
No one's going to want it
Okay.
after that.
No, that's bad. That's really bad.
Could
I
I
don't do that
use
because if I did that, the suit wouldn't go.
my tinker ability to try and get a temporary holder device that temporarily blocks out their drainage power?
Well, remember, you've got them in the special case that does that already. You've got the super secret, super hard to crack, looks like a normal
I'm just
briefcase.
I'm going to pull the same shit we pulled on the other time we got boarded.
Take me back over that. What are you going to do?
Well,
Remember
I
they
think,
tried to
I think
board our ship
before we,
and I gave them the... Go on.
well,
you got on the comms and told them you were secret spy people.
I don't know that we
Yeah.
want to broadcast to this ship that we're secret spy people. Maybe we all
Yeah.
hang out in one of our respective rooms with the gems, and when the Navy comes knocking, at that point we say, maybe just look in the
Oh
next
yes,
room,
I totally
please
agree.
and thanks.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay. If you wanted to, by the way, sorry, I cut you off, Dan. If you wanted to, you could tinker around this box to make something that's more readily concealed, if that is your intent. Or not, as the case may be. Okay. All right. So, so the ship shudders, and you hear the sort of, the clang sound on the hull as obviously the airlock is joined up with some sort of passageway, and then you start to see. So once that's occurred, the voice comes across the intercom again. All passengers, please accept our apologies for this interruption. A customs and spaceworthiness boarding is now in progress. All passengers will be subject to routine questioning. Do not be alarmed. You are in no danger.
Yeah, that's
God
going
damn
to
it.
go well.
Yeah. So we all pile back to somebody's lodgings, right? Whoever's got the biggest one.
Yeah. I think you
And-
went to
and await
Cush's.
out.
Orcus's, because he's the noble.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
And we're all, we're his manservants or whatever, aren't we?
Sure,
Yes,
I'll
that
do
was
it.
the deal. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Orcus is the rich noble person, and you guys are the hangers-on. All right, so you've actually got viewports on the side, and you can see outside, and what you can see is basically a mid-tier. So you're on a 600-ton passenger ship, that liner. This ship is a bit bigger than that, not massively bigger, so it's not a ship of line or anything like that, but this is like a sort of 800,000-ton sort of patrol corvette, or patrol destroyer, as the case may be. The ship you encountered that you told to bugger off, that was barely bigger than your own, it was a 400-ton patrol corvette. So this ship is at least twice as big and looks. I mean, hey, actually, Razko, ship boy.
Yeah, I know what to do.
Ships.
Looking at my skills, I know piloting, but piloting doesn't really help with ships.
I'm
Vehicle
happy
driving.
I'm happy for piloting is for ships, but I'm happy for it to be a piloting skill role. Like, I think that's fine.
All right, I'll do that. So now I just want to. I'm going to press my thingy because I might as well use stuff. Intellect pool, skill level trained, assets none, effort to ease task. If I spend one level of effort, that's 3 points, right?
Yeah, and
Out of
that's
my
correct.
intellect pool.
Yes.
But I have edge 1, so it's only 2 points.
Yes.
Yep,
So
it
if you just
automatically
pick
updated.
one effort, it'll do all of that for you. Yeah.
Yep, I saw that. This is great. Effort for other users. I don't know what that means. Nothing else.
There are some abilities where you can spend extra effort to do some additional things.
All right. So now I'll click roll, or do I have to click pay the cost without rolling? Oh, no.
No, click
Right.
roll.
No, it's
click
fine.
roll.
All right, done. Let's roll. Let's see what happens.
Ooh.
5. That's terrible.
Yeah, but beats difficulty 1.
What? It was difficulty 1. I didn't have to do shit. Anyway.
Ease by 2 steps, cost 2. Why did that beats difficulty 1? Hold on. That's
It
weird.
beats difficulty 1. 3 beats difficulty 1. Oh, no, it doesn't beat it, does it?
But why didn't it use my difficulty?
Oh, you hadn't set it to 1?
No.
Well, he used a trained skill and he set effort, so that dropped the difficulty by 2 levels. So from
so it
difficulty-
goes from 4 to 2.
Oh.
Not
By 2? Oh, I thought it only dropped it by 1. Okay, that's cool.
so. So when you do this, you actually have to put in the difficulty. Okay, that's good to know. Future reference, you actually have to put in the difficulty. That's a bit annoying. Okay.
Well, what was the difficulty?
Does that mean
It was-
a 5 is actually less than a 6?
Yes, it does, and therefore a failure. All right,
Motherfucker.
okay, no, so you don't notice anything specific
No,
about the
I
ship.
was trying to figure it out, but no. There's a million
It's not a
of these.
scout vessel. That much you do know. It's not part of the scout fleet. It's something else. All right, so there's a bunch of folk floating around the ship. They're in military grade back suits. They've got mostly they're carrying accelerator rifles, which and low velocity
Can I ask a
ones
quick
so that
question?
they don't penetrate the walls. Yep, go for it.
Is there any one of us? Does any one of us have the skills to open? Words are failing me now. To open a airlock without setting off an alarm.
I have
I can-
breaking into computers.
I can certainly try.
Yeah, so
Given
Antos
given the
can
information
override
that
stuff, and someone else has lock picking. Kush has lock picking.
Kush has lockpicking, yeah.
Yep.
I've
So
got-
you've got a
So
few
I
folk
can-
who can
I
do it in
can-
different ways.
yeah, I'm wondering what the team thinks about me taking the equipment and attaching it to the outside of the ship, because I have my heavy armor is vacorated. Thoughts?
I mean, technically, we're being
I
boarded
mean-
by people who are on our team.
Yeah, but Tom's just done
Technically.
a test and recognized it's not a standard ship, and therefore why
Well,
the
it's not
hell
a
are they
scout ship,
inspecting?
but yeah, it's a
Is that what you
ruse.
just said?
Yeah, it's not part of the scout fleet, was what I said. But it could be
Yeah, so
Imperial
this is
Navy.
not a
Like,
well, Imperial Navy. I mean, I don't have any skills that I think can, but Imperial Navy ships should have Imperial Navy markings, and if they don't have markings, then that seems somewhat suspect.
oh no, they've got markings. They've got
Is
Imperial
it
fleet
colored
markings.
in the? Okay.
Yeah,
It's not a fake Imperial thing. It may just be a fake,
No,
route,
it's
like
just
a
not-
ruse for boarding.
Not a scout thing.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. So what do you guys
be
want to do then?
erring on keeping these things firmly in our possession?
Yeah, for sure.
Dan, I kind of don't know if you caught it before. I asked if you wanted to do, so noting you were tinkering to sort of, wrap the thing. Did you want to use your tinkering to make it smaller so you could take the suitcasey sized object and make it a gem sized object to make it more readily concealed?
My concern is that we'll then lose, if I fuck up the roll, it'll mean we lose that asset. So I was hoping I could just convert our fridge and turn the freezer portion of that into something capable of holding the gem. That's smaller, but we still got the briefcase as a backup, as a better.
Go for
even
it.
if it's just short term.
Alright.
Nice.
Yep.
So I'll
The classic
click the
where
button.
you keep all your diamonds, I keep them in the ice box.
All right, so
So that is still going to be difficulty 4, I think. I think that's legit. Wow, you guys are rolling terribly today. Impressive.
I should have thrown more things at that, but never mind. Too late.
Okay, so I'm going to offer you a GM intrusion, Dan. All right, so the GM intrusion, which actually, unfortunately, you can't reject because you have no XP, so you're stuck with this one.
Yeah, it's a very generous offer.
Yeah, that's right. Right, so in the tinkering of the fridge, you've actually shorted out the electrics through, sort of the whole cabin. So, which will have certain implications. Wow, we're losing people left, right, and center. We lost Tom. Oh,
And Nick's gone.
and Nick's gone. Devices not connected. They'll need to connect their mic cam before we can add them to the screen. Okay. Wow. Okay. Maybe there's been a internet fail out in,
Am I back?
No.
Stupid piece of
Yeah,
shit.
you're back.
No. I was going to yell at someone in my house, so I wanted to mute. So I clicked on the menu and I clicked on stop mic and cam, and it kicked me out of the thing, but I could still hear it. It's fine. Don't worry. There's buttons down the bottom.
Yeah, we've lost Nick as well, so
That would be for dumb reasons, unlike me, which was not for dumb reasons.
Yeah, no, fair point. Jim, propose intrusion. Well, I don't have any. I don't have. Yeah, okay, cool. That's right. I remember this from last time. Just give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna do something. I need to have your things here.
Oh, I see it. It's gonna be
so that I can propose intrusions easily. Because then I can click on your token and there we go. So it was to Stel. So now if I hit propose intrusion, that should pop up on the chat window. So if you go to the chat window now, you'll see that you can hit you have to hit the accept button because you don't have a choice to reject at this point. And then it'll ask you who else you're going to give the XP to. What other individual gets an XP point?
I'm going to give it to Orcus because we're sitting in their room, and I just shorted it out, so I feel a bit guilty about that.
Okay, nice.
Seems legit.
Nice. That is legit. Okay, so right, so you're fiddling around with the freezer to try and turn it into some magical thing to hold the gem, and then you fiddle a bit more, and all the power in the cabin in the stateroom goes out, and you hear sort of some yells of dismay, and then about a minute later, there's a knocking on the door. Excuse me, hello.
I answer the door with the like,
and you're staring straight into a torchlight, shining off the helmet of this, guy in what looks like some sort of Imperial vac suit. What have you guys been doing? There's been a short in this system.
Okay, I've just got back. What the hell happened?
You got an XP.
You got an XP.
Why did I get an XP? That's bad, right?
Such like a faith, I reckon.
Dan, do you want to describe?
I was only gone for 3 minutes, guys.
This is a meme where Donald Glover walks in with the pizzas and the whole house is on fire. It's shorted a little bit. He shorted out his suit by accident.
So I've grabbed my tools and said, No, that
just explains why you're gone.
I've grabbed my tools. I said, I can handle this. Don't worry about this, guys. I'm going to make our little gem holder a little bit more inconspicuous. I've then jumped over to our fridge and started fiddling around the back, gone, oh shit, and then the power's gone out in your room. And apparently that effect's spread out not just in your room, but the entire hallway outside. Because as soon as I've made this realization, gone, oh shit, and dived back into the back, we've had a knock on the door from the Imperial dudes.
But you got an XP.
But you got an XP because I felt guilty about shorting out your room.
The guy we were contemplating to throw out the airlock, and you let him do something?
No, it wasn't the guy who was contemplating throwing out the airlock. It was someone else.
Oh, no, it was Kush. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dan, it wasn't you. I apologize, Dan. It was Dave.
I mean, the idea of throwing me out the airlock is a new one to me. I didn't realize that you thought that strongly about your fridge.
Oh, God.
And so
I go up to...
There's this guy in Imperial armor in a vac suit holding an accelerator rifle with big, bright, shining lights looking into the room now because it's, of course, pitch black. I assume you guys have turned on various lights, but he's got these big headlights and he's like, yes, look, something's happened. It's come from here. Who are you and why have you done it?
Sorry, this is our bad. Our technical guru here thought he could fix the fridge. It went bad.
Right. Well, you need to stop doing that. The lieutenant's going to want to talk to you.
Literally, I turned around for 2 minutes. 2 minutes I turned. One of these monkeys.
He went to the toilet in his suit. That's what he did.
That's fine. I'm happy to talk to the lieutenant whenever.
Okay, so awesome. And standing next to the guy you now realize is one of the stewards from the from the ship that you're on, the liner, the Glisten Pearl. Yes, this is Orcus Magnificus, a noble from Waterworld X-27, and his entourage. He's explaining to this person who they are, and the person says, "Look, I don't care who they are.
Wow.
What we need. So you need to come with me so that we can, sort of do some routine questioning."
Would it be possible for
I'll
the...
speak to your lieutenant first, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Didn't you say you wanted to... your lieutenant was going to talk to me?
Yeah, you need to come with me to the lieutenant we've set up in one of the staterooms to interview you.
Right. Okay. I can do that.
Do you want all of us, boss? I can't do much, and I've
you
got
gotta stay here and fix the fucking fridge. Let's go.
No.
think
All
I
of
can stay here
you will need to. All of you get interviewed individually, but you all need to come with me.
Is there a way that
We'll get you to wait outside the room.
if they've been casually sort of ordering, have they got a full clock on they figured out everyone who's in the room, or if because we're all sort of sitting around, right? Could one of us, maybe me, do a stealth thing and kind of hide, or is that just
You can hide if you want. Go for it.
I mean, like casually pretending that I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Son?
Yeah.
I'm talking to the son.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll come.
Yeah, distract him.
I'll have a
it.
conversation with your lieutenant, and then if he still wants to talk to the rest of my people, we'll bring them out. But I think you might just want to take me this time. Just this time. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm going to push to hide anyway. So
what's
effort.
30 minutes, hey?
Yeah.
Nothing
What's
to you.
30 minutes? All right, so go for it. Tom, do your I'm now part of the couch. You think
fuck
it's
off.
one of the... Did you fail again?
I rolled another 5.
It was a 13.
Oh, it came up. Oh, and then it disappeared. Okay, 13's fine.
No, it's a 5. No, you're right the first time. It's a 5.
Oh, weird.
It looked like a 13, then it always rolls back. Everything. If I roll another 5, that's it.
Yeah.
Matt, done.
Yeah.
Spacing myself.
Not good enough. All right, so you attempt to fold yourself into the crevasse of the
And
sofa,
instead
doing the
the
classic move, and you've landed on your face, or you've he's noticed you just trying to do this.
Of course.
And gone, you know what? Actually, sorry. Oi! Waves.
Just checking the
out
couch,
of sight,
mate.
sort of thing. Waves out of sight. And you see 2 more guys run up with ACRs.
Damn it.
All right, no. Look, I don't know what's going on here, but you're all coming with us.
Fine.
But my icy poles.
Fucking put my work away.
No, just
Honestly.
all of it. All of it. All right, we
Bit
don't know
too
who you
sus,
are, but
that's what it
you
is.
seem a bit sus. Exactly, you seem a bit sus. All right, so...
Son, you're going to
come with
regret
us.
this, but anyway, your choice.
Yep, whatever. I've heard it
is that a
before. I've
threat?
heard it 1,000 times.
Bring my bag. Bring my bag.
Bring my giant cannon.
No, the bag with the thing in it. I'm not saying that, but bring the fucking suitcase.
Yeah, I'm carrying a suitcase with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fuckers want, and they ain't getting it without taking me down.
All right, so Orcus, you're floating along, wearing
I'm
your
battle suiting
Waldo
along,
suit.
right?
Yeah,
My battle
wearing
suit's
your
higher
Waldos.
fucking quality than these monkeys.
Waldos.
Yeah.
And
With a cloth hanging over it like number 5 is alive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're taken to the stateroom, and no, just one at a time. Just wait here. I'll go and check with the lieutenant. Comes back out. Lieutenant wants to talk to
Me.
No, that's not what he said. Wants to
He
talk
needs
to
to speak
that one.
to me.
and points at Points at Antos. Now you can intimidate them, Orcus.
I'm
Go for-
just going to use intimidation.
Yes. Use
Roll more than a
intimidation.
5. Do it.
So I'm going to go through this. What's intimidation in terms of a skill? Like, is it a might skill that I got an edge on
Should
it?
tell you.
It's yeah, you can use might because you're trying to monster them, right? You're trying to overwhelm them. Yeah. And basically the skill is and any other fear-based interaction. If you show your true face. So note the comment if you show your true face.
What does that mean? Like, I'm
Well,
literally...
what do you think it means? I guess is the question. What would it mean to you?
Depends how many teeth you got.
So
there.
how would Orcus show his true face? What would intimidation from Orcus, where he takes off
massive
the
blowhole.
exactly? But I mean, it's do you unveil
Jesus
how
Christ.
impressive your armor is? Do you level weapons at them? Do you list the lineage of your imperial noble family? Like the question is, what is Orcus's true face?
The cold, dead eyes of a killer.
Right. Yeah. So you stop being the cute. I mean, I can't imagine you're ever cutesy.
And
But
my eyes just shrink
Yeah.
down.
shrink down
I'm
hard.
completely
hard.
black.
Yeah. These are the eyes of a stone cold
Yeah,
killer
yeah.
who happens to
I'm
have a
not only
plasma
going to
cannon.
kill you, I'm going to kill your family, your planet,
Yeah.
your fucking genetic lineage.
Okay.
Okay,
Go
so that's the
foundation.
first thing.
Go foundation on
So-
that person. Nice.
Yeah, so difficulty is 4, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
And
You said it was 4 before. I don't
Trained. No, that's right. And trained reduces it by 1 automatically because you're trained. It goes down by 1.
know. And so edge makes it
Didn't help me.
So
reduced
effort.
by another 1.
Yep. You've got 2 effort. So if you wanted to, you could actually put 2 effort into this.
And does that use all my effort up, or is that just like? is
No,
that
it just
some
costs
effort?
you. It'll cost you 4 might. So the first level of effort costs you 3. The second level costs you 2, and you get the deduction of edge by 1. So,
So
that'll
right
take it
now
down
it's
4.
at 2, correct?
It's at 4 minus trained is 3. If you put in 2 levels of effort, it's 1.
Right. So I have to. If I roll a 3 or lower, I fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I would say what are the
So-
chances
2 or
that you
lower.
guys have been rolling fucking abysmally? So anything is possible.
You'll succeed on the 3.
So I will put in. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to put in 4 dots of might.
So you just put in effort 2, and it'll calculate for you.
Oh,
That'll be 5 points, though. That's quite a lot.
No, it'll be 4 because he's got edge 1.
Oh, it takes
So
it off
I-
each of them, each level. Cool. All right.
No.
So
The second level only costs 2 points, not 3.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right.
And also,
So
he's
I-
got might 17. He's got might that goes on forever.
Okay. So how do I do that?
Okay, so Alt click obviously to
I've
get
got
the
that up.
all-in-one roll. Set the
So I
base
put in-
difficulty to 4.
Base difficulty to
First one.
4. Yep, got you.
Change the
4,
pool to
again,
might,
Pool to
Oh,
might.
it should automatic. Oh, okay,
Cool.
interesting.
and then
Then-
where it's got effort to ease tasks,
to level
effort to
2.
ease to level 2, and then hit the roll button.
All right, buddy.
It's a success, people.
Nice.
I don't want to
Jesus.
overrule. I don't want to overstate it, but it's actually.
I
a
haven't seen
success.
one of these for a long time.
Yeah. Whew, whew. That's an 11 right there. That's it. Orcus is a scary dude. So you look at him and he goes, okay, you can go first then. But he sort of steps away from you and he's got his
Nice.
ACR pointed directly at you now. He's
Nice.
not,
I don't
pointing
even look at
anywhere
him,
else.
man. I just walk by.
Yeah, well, float by.
Float by.
Just you're like the navigator turning up to the emperor.
That's
you know,
right.
it's like
Yeah, shut up.
just floating into the stateroom with
Yeah,
your
that's it.
attendees kind of running beside
I mean,
you.
he knows that there are explosions going off behind me, but I'm not looking back. Like,
Exactly.
somewhere
yeah.
in Parallel universe, right? Okay.
Okay, so you float into the room. There's the lieutenant there, sitting at the table, looking very confused when you float into the room, because you weren't who he sent out to get. And then he gestures anyway to the guy who's, sorry about that, sir. He insisted, and he closes the door.
So it's just me and another guy?
No, there are two other guys in the room who are clearly here as kind of, one of them's, sort of doing the recording, and the other one's operating as basically a guard.
Rightio. Now, son, I'm about to say something that His Majesty doesn't want recorded. Would you care to turn off the recording for a moment?
Looks at you, looks at him, waves. Sure, okay, whatever. Yep. Go
Right.
for it.
I give him that passphrase.
Ah,
if he shows no, yeah. If he doesn't recognize it, I say, hand that to your captain.
No, as soon as you give it, he looks at you strangely for a second and goes, "Can you say that again, please?"
I say it again.
Okay. And then he basically gives you the sort of, the corresponding, the counter sign, and says, so you operate, so what's your remit? Because we're Omicron. What's your remit?
So what does that mean outside of game? Would I know that information?
Sounds bad.
You have actually heard mention of Omicron division.
Yeah, Omicron was mentioned in the notes from the Garnet.
Yeah, we've heard of
the
it a bunch of times.
unknown task force that was going around doing nasty things to archaeologists and psionics alike. From memory.
But I'm okay with this because that's my job, right?
Yes, but you're not
cool,
Omicron division, obviously.
No, that's fine. Well, obviously, my remit is this sector.
Okay, so, all right. Well, the rest of your group, you're part of your team.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get them all in.
Cool. I bring everybody out now.
Legit?
Dumb question.
Yeah.
This is like, would I hand these, like, if the Omicron group is in town, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Would I hand these crystals to them?
Absolutely not.
Cool.
So right at the beginning of the game, when I was talking about the bureaucracy of the Imperium,
Yep.
there's a lot of people operating under orders. Like the Imperium suffers from information lag, right? So it's not a perfectly functioning bureaucracy. You report to some part of the scout service, they report to another part of the scout service. And I mean, keep your enemies close, but your colleagues closer, right? Exactly right. So yeah, not, but you've got, I mean, you are basically operating under your own.
It's government by niche protection.
Yeah,
this is giant bureaucracy pissing contests.
And Kush has heard of Omicron because Glenn mentioned them a few times in his conversation with Kush as well.
That's fine. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that I understood what my relationship, or my role and relationship to that role.
Yeah, so you're basically all part of the same loving Imperial spy service. Family, exactly.
Yeah,
right,
they're the crazy uncle.
Yeah, so once you're all in, a couple more of them have turned up as well, including, interestingly, a couple of the crew of the ship.
Yeah, I expected that.
Yes.
Because remember there was that part where Kush was hiding down a hallway, and two of the staff or the whatever they're called ran
Yep.
by.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went, okay. When this ship turned up, I went, oh, fuck. Good shit.
All right. So, what are you doing mixed up here? Is kind of the fundamental question I need to ask you. So, we're looking for links to ancient artifacts, people who've been, breaching imperial rule by,
I think about that.
holding on to imperial artifacts and not returning them to the appropriate authorities.
Agreed.
What are you
We're
guys doing here?
Literally doing the same thing. We were on a trail of an archaeologist who we put down on the mining planet of insert name.
Yeah. Califaction.
Okay, sorry, hang on, head moment again. The relationship between the Imperial and the cruiser ship that we've gotten a job from, the alien race.
Oh, the drawing.
The drawing.
The drawing.
And the fuck
You
away.
saw-
Just be nice to
You
each
saw
other.
it, yeah. Well, the Droin aren't part of the Imperium. They operate effectively.
No.
Most Droin live on effectively amber-rated or red-rated planets that are explicitly not under Imperial control.
Agreed.
Particularly if they're advanced.
Yeah, but the reason they're not under Imperial control is because they're advanced, and the Imperial he doesn't want to go to war with them.
Yeah, and it's just the Imperium doesn't, like, it's big. It doesn't care. Like a single planet somewhere in, random system 27B is not something it spends a lot of time worrying about.
Yeah, okay, so it's not the fact that they fear going to war with them, they just don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sort of too much work and too little reward.
Part of
Okay,
it as
so
well
there's
is
no kind of
that,
direct edict to say, hey, don't upset the drawing, don't upset.
Oh, there might be a bit of that at a local level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though there are Avaga and Aslan and Lap citizens of the Imperium, it's mostly a human concern as well. So,
Yep, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
The drawing aren't really that.
I'll just
Interesting
exclude that from
as
my
a
discussion,
concern.
then, right? Because if it was like, hey, part of our remit is to keep people freaking happy, then that could be it. But, okay, so we're on this planet. I give them a quick rundown of the person, right? And they were trying to do some weird ass shit. And then they had notes that were about this conference. So we're here pretty much doing the same thing you are.
Right. Well,
because the Imperium can't have this tech floating around on nut jobs.
Yeah, good point. Well, look, understand where you've been going. I think it would be best though if you basically this is our remit. Like this is what the division exists to do. I think if you just hand over your notes, we can take it from here. This is why we exist. So you don't need to worry. You're all good. Thank you for your service kind of moment. Like, FBI taking over the New York, police detectives, sort of thing kind of scene. Recognize that you guys have been, obviously chasing what is a pretty serious event, but that's exactly why we're here. So if you could just give us all your notes, we'll assumedly send you on your way. So do you need, we can get you off the ship. No problem with that. We can probably even arrange, a jump ship to get you somewhere if you need to be somewhere. I assume you've got your own ship that you normally travel around in. Is that what we need to do here? And when would you be able to share those notes?
We'll just check with our supervisors, 5 messaging years away.
Right, there are 3 subsectors that way.
Yeah. So I want to make this sound as kind of sensible, and anybody else can jump in, right? Because they know that you aren't
Minions.
set push. Just,
Actually, should we leave? Was Kush here for this conversation? Because
Yeah,
He's
He's
in here.
you probably don't want to go to a whole stack of trouble to identify Kush's separate nature.
No,
at
that's
this
what I'm
point.
saying. Just shush, shush, shush. So anyone jump in, but here's my thoughts. All of our notes are sitting in the in our ground craft. How did we get here again? I can't remember.
You're on a space liner. You went to a high dock with your ship. You got off said high dock. You crossed
That's
over. You jumped on space liner. Space liner took off into space.
Yeah. So our notes are in secure location on planet. Insert planet name 1 to 3 jumps away. We can look to transmit them to you. The question is, guys, help me out. How the hell do we stay on this ship? Because we've got a job to do.
I don't know that we have to, because we've got the lead from Uncle Glenn now, and we kind of know where he's from, like the local mafia that he's in. And so actually, maybe we get out of these guys here and then go and chase that lead up on his hometown.
We can make it like, we're doing mob cleanup, mafia cleanup, and then sort of that we're not involved with the architectural stuff, or the artifacts, archaeological stuff. That would work as a distraction.
Okay.
I mean, the other option is that we offer, if you do want to stay on the ship, we offer a joint operation along those lines. Like we're on mob cleanup. We want to question this guy before we go. Maybe we could do so with your authority. You know, you ask them the questions, and we transmit our questions we want to ask via radio, so that way they don't realize that we're imperial.
Option one, joint thing. Option 2, bug out and head to investigate the planet thing. Option 3. What's option 3? Option 3 might be, look, we can't break cover. These people know our faces and know us as archaeologists, for it will actually impede on our work later if we were to leave. So perhaps we will leave after you leave. What are thoughts on those, guys? What are your thoughts?
Okay.
One or 3. Not. I think joint operation is asking for them to just.
Yeah, it's a pissing contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kush, what are your thoughts on those ideas?
Look, if we get these guys involved, even under the guys with the joint operation, we'll never get rid of them. We'll always want to.
Right. So two is out. So it's 1 or 3. Do we just say, cool, send us here and we'll send you the notes, or is it, hey, just do your job, leave us here so it doesn't break cover?
Yeah, I think that one's probably not bad.
Yeah.
Your question, just send us back to the room.
Yeah. My last statement on number 3, which just occurred to me, is if they torture Uncle Glenn will identify Kush. So what's our story?
Deep cover.
Deep cover. All right. Sweet. All right.
So what do you say to the lieutenant?
So Kush was a honeypot operation that went a bit too far.
Beautiful.
Okay,
That
so
went
who's
too
got
far.
the best kind of? I can't intimidate this guy again.
No,
does anyone
I
have
have
a good
no
like,
bullshit
convincing
skills.
There are people who have persuasion-y skills.
Yeah, I got no bullshit skills.
Mine's both deceiving and lies or trickery.
And what do you got, Rasco?
No, not Res. Resco doesn't, but Kush has.
No, sorry, Rasco. No, I've got nothing. I've only got practical skills.
Okay.
Yeah, Resco has. Sorry, not Resco. Kush has some though.
Kush has deceiving and persuasion.
So
yeah, I'm
So I think persuasion would be the GO, and just go with a line that it would be better if you could just say you talk to us, send us back to our room, and finish your job so that we don't break cover.
Yep.
File the appropriate paperwork and let us go on our way.
And then when we get back to our ship, we will transmit the data to you. Give us your secure address.
All right. So Kush, you can assist, which actually which counts as an asset. If it's Antos who's doing the speaking, it's difficulty 4, but Antos, you are trained. You get an asset from Kush. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah.
Intellect.
So does
right?
that drop it by 2?
That drops. Yeah, that will drop it by 2. So
Yeah.
put the base target number at 4, and then go from there.
Or you could put some effort in and drop it to
Yep.
like 1, and then it's a
Yep.
then it's a set.
Done. Oh, good thing.
Thank God you pushed it down.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my god, so funny.
I need less stress in my life.
What I love
Yeah.
is the number of. I mean, we've now made 6 or 7 dice rolls, and only one of them has beaten a 10.
It
So like
happens
these
with me on
actually,
Cypher. This is straight up a thing that happens with me on Cypher. Like my rolls, everyone's rolls goes to shit every time I play.
so it's your fault, Dan. That's what you're
Uh-huh.
saying.
I take it. Me in the fridge.
No, so noted so far. All right, so Antos, you explain this, that we're doing this other operation. We're going to be hunting mafia. He doesn't really care. So just remind me again, when is he getting his notes?
So
Once
so
he leaves, we'll leave and send them.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
from
right.
our-
we need
we
to
have to
get
go back
we
and
need
get
to get back to our ship, and we need to not break our cover in doing so. That's what we need to do to give him.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Then you just stay on the ship until it's finished the thing. But and I just want to be super clear here. You're not carrying any, you haven't collected any ancient artifacts or any ancient related information that you can just, share with us now.
Nothing beyond what
Um,
we've already
yeah.
said. Like, why would we bring it onto the ship here with us?
Yeah, no.
That's
So
stupid.
here's what the information. Like, we'll send you the notes, but like information that there's some sort of weird metal out there that that can reform itself, and some sort of power influence tool. We'll send you the notes when we get them, but that's the best we got.
Okay, all right. I can tell you're not experts, so that's fine. All right, so we're going to continue to question people because we're worried that there are some real risk actors here. Serious question. Have you guys noticed anyone we should pay particular attention to?
Other than that uncle guy. No.
Well,
Uncle Glenn's on our radar for some of his other activities, whether or not that extends into ancient artifacts. We're not experts in that.
Oh, so you think Vlen is potentially a Danny, you just rolling to see if you can get the bad rolls out?
No, I'm on my Mac. I was just seeing what the equivalent to Alt was, and apparently it wasn't.
Right.
It's option. It's the
What does
option
this
key.
button
Yep.
do?
But also,
It's the
again,
red
rolled a
button.
6, so fuck me.
Yeah, exactly. I was just testing. All right, so do you think we need to look at this Vlen character? Is that what you're saying?
Look,
I
he
think
appears to be
I'm not
into
saying it.
all sorts of other stuff, but I don't know how much of this ancients business he's tied into.
Right, so-
he will buy anything, right? So I think
Yeah.
he's here to try and buy whatever he can or buy information. I think you'd be better off looking at some of the less stable individuals.
Okay. Good pickup. All right, excellent. All right, well, if you
There
guys
was
go
that
back to your
cultist slash
staterooms,
terrorist behind Califaction.
What's
so
that?
if you guys,
That's helpfully.
Do you want Uncle Bell to be taken
True.
care of? Because if we do, shouldn't we bring up the fact that we suspect he's psychic? or do we not suspect that?
We
Of course,
suspect he's
suspect
psychic.
it, but
Yeah, I don't think we know that.
Yeah.
But won't they?
I mean-
It'll be bad if they find out, though, right?
Well, it'll
Yeah,
take
well,
him off the board.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Hold on. Whoa. Okay. Fuck. Oh my god. I'd forgotten that we thought he was psychic.
Yeah. Wouldn't if we report
preempt.
if we report
claims.
that, wouldn't they kill him or torture him or whatever?
Yeah, they will. That's why we don't really want that to happen, do we?
No.
Not
The last
until
thing
we've
we
had a
want
chance
is for
to
him
decide.
to tell them that Kush showed him a gem.
Yeah,
We-
that's
we
did
exactly
show
right.
him a
So
gem.
Oh, you
Oh,
did too.
fuck.
now,
I'm suicide squatting your ass as soon as I fucking get to my lab.
Oh my fucking god.
All right, so
Yeah,
what
we
are you
head back
doing?
to our room. We're heading
Do
back
you
to our room.
do you point at him at Vlen beyond what you've
No.
already? Do you point him at
No.
Vlen at all?
no, I don't think we should.
No.
It's too risky.
No. Okay.
We did.
All right.
We point him at the crazies.
Okay.
We're
all
not-
right. But so you
Worst
get back
case
to the-
scenario, this is just into bureaucracy. Fuck you. We're not helping you out, bitches.
Yeah. Yeah. No. We're all part of one team. Good fucking luck. Okay, so you guys all troop back to your room, or to the stateroom, which you've been told you have to stay in while they finish all the interviews, and then they're going to, move on, and then, but they'll probably push the ship to return immediately because something will happen to make that necessary. You all go into the room. Door closes. It's still pitch black in here, by the way, because the power still hasn't
really?
been restored.
I turn on my fucking floodlights from my. my
Okay,
house.
so you turn on your big floodlights from your suit, sort of flash them around in the room, and sitting in the chair is Vlen.
Ah,
What? The cannon pops out over the top of your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't have
My
weapons.
wrist cannon
We
pops
didn't-
out.
No, some people are carrying weapons built into their equipment. They've been
Yeah,
dragging
it's a
around.
slight change of. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
part
and-
and parcel. It comes with.
So
the
you've got a big
upgrades.
cannon over your shoulder. Clank, Dan, do you want to describe how your weapons work?
I imagine just for my onslaught, it's basically a wrist cannon that pops out. That otherwise looks like a set of wristwatch, like it nano builds itself up when I need it to.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, Tony.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I also
Yeah.
start shimmering slightly as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got a
nice.
shield. You motherfucker.
Well, he's got nano drones, but let's not dwell on the complexities.
Wizard
But
bitches.
yeah.
yeah.
All right. So he's looking at you. You whir up this giant cannon, hand wrist thing. He puts his hands up. It's okay. I'm unarmed.
Can you survive in space? Because I can.
Of course I can't. I'm just an ordinary person sitting in a chair. I just thought, noting that Omicron had turned up, you might be interested in a conversation.
Well,
That's it.
they're
That's it.
Sure.
Just a conversation.
All right, I put the cannon away.
I have no weapons. I am completely unarmed.
I'm pretty sure last time we met you, you impressed on us that you're just a humble trader with nothing else that to say
Exactly. Just a humble trader.
So
Did I
you've been
mention
sitting in our room
sometimes
that was locked
some-
in the dark? Humble trader.
Well, it wasn't locked particularly well. I mean, the door just basically slid open.
After
I mean,
fucking-
I pushed it open, and lo and behold, the room which had no power, the lock wasn't working, and the door opened. I mean, are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I don't think that's surprising. So, look, I just thought I thought, while Omicron are busy talking to everyone, we could have a quick chat.
Right. So, what do we know about psychics? Is there anything that could defend against?
What do you know? You know that psychics are secretly working for the Zodani Imperium. Zodani Confederation. Anyway, whichever. And to a large extent, they can read your minds and peer into your deepest secrets. And basically, as good Imperial citizens, you're not fans.
Nope. Oh, no.
They're fifth columnists for external empires, and we're responsible for the loss in the first Zodani Imperial War. Clearly, everyone knows it. Just ask anyone.
And they're perverts.
And they're perverts because they read people's minds and dig into your secrets.
What else
and
would
who
you
knows?
Can they
what
read
else?
my mind?
They can
Since
read
it's
anyone's
not
mind.
human?
That's Imperial 101.
That's the catch.
Your duty as a good Imperial citizen, by the way, you can make your own choices, but this is the propaganda statement, of course, is, you must help people who've got psychic abilities, particularly young people, by identifying to the Imperium so they can be appropriately dosed so that they don't use their abilities, to peer into the minds of others.
Father. Oh.
Yeah. Think, Babylon 5 and you're pretty close. Yeah.
It's psychic inversion therapy, really.
Yeah. And there are no Imperial sanctioned psychic institutes in existence. None. Not even those two places that
Definitely
that no one knows about. Definitely don't
Well,
exist.
So if you go to the old, I don't know if it's still the case in the latest version, but in the original version of the rules, there's a whole thing about psychic institutes and a small side note, which is there were this many psychic institutes and the number is, I think it was 12, and 10 of them were shut down by Imperial edict.
Oof.
Whatever
I think
happened
it's
to the
still
other
current.
two. Yeah. All right, but anyway, yes. Look, I just want to chat. I'm just a bit of a, did I mention I'm a bit of a humble trader, but every now and then I come across a bit of information and, I look to move that along, an exchange, if you will, of information. You share something with me, I share something with you, moves you on, that sort of thing.
Team?
What would you be looking to know from us?
Oh, well, how about I tell you what I know first? There you go. Look, I'll put myself out first.
A free gift.
Well, I mean, you can decide how valuable it is to you once I share it with you. And then, I'll share, well, let's just say you'll have a reason to want to ask me a bit more. So say
I trust this guy. Yeah.
I knew the location of the author of the paperwork that you have been dragging around.
What paperwork?
Oh, look, I was in the fora this morning. I, couldn't help but notice how very excited you got when our dear friend Captain of Knowledge started rabbiting on. And I did note that, Kush in particular, good afternoon, Kush, good to see you again, got very excited about a particular tract. I would imagine you guys are a bit interested in the location of, that story. Where did the Giro fall, for instance? Say I knew something about that.
Why would you tell us and not the guys down the hall?
Why wouldn't I tell Omicron? Have you met them?
Well, we had a lovely question and answer session just recently. They were unpleasant.
Yes. Look, I find them unhelpful.
I make a decision to kill him.
Okay.
Is there any kind
reaction.
of reaction?
No.
Fuck. I thought that was quite clever. All right. I'll kill him when he leaves.
Yeah, so I would imagine you're looking for that location, and in return, look, I just want to have a bit of a look at something I think you are carrying around. It'll be about, give or take, yay big. It'll be pitch black. It might be crystalline in formation. Rumor has it, a bit of a weird interaction with energy, you know.
I'm going to space you, Kush.
What does a look
Kush
involve?
looks very, very
Well,
easy.
you would show it to me, and I would look at it, and yeah, just that's it.
And then hand it back to us. And
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at you. You're armed to the teeth. What have I got? I've told you I'm unarmed. And he puts his hands up in the air again.
I mean, he's already seen it, and I glare at Kush. And so I say, it does seem like this might be a good deal for us. What does anybody else have to say?
Well, I mean, what it is a good deal. I'm just going to have a look at the gem. I'm just going to have a bit of a squiz at it. Then I'm going to share with you the location of where all of this kind of comes from.
I would like to. Can I use my scan ability on him?
What does your scan ability let you do?
It lets me do lots of things. Let me just get it up. 1 second. Scan.
Oh, wait.
Does that let me do anything? Huh. So I scan an area equal to a 3-meter cube, including all objects or creatures within that area. Scanning a creature object always reveals its level. You also learn whatever facts the GM feels are pertinent about the matter and energy in that area. So, for example, you might learn that a wooden box contains a device of metal and plastic. You might learn that a glass cylinder is full of poison gas. Blah, blah, blah.
If we really need a bonus, guys, I've got a Cypher that gives an additional asset for any task using the tool, whatever.
Yeah, and I just remembered, Dan, when you mentioned that, I've got a
that one.
Cypher for a secret as well. I can just ask the GM a question on literally
Yeah.
anything I like.
Can you ask him if this guy's a psychic?
Well, I'm just wondering
yes.
Yeah, I'm just
That
wanting
seems
to know.
like a really important thing right now.
So does this guy have any?
Be careful
I
with the
can't think of
question.
the word.
I've met Thomas. He's very good at fucking answering the question.
I was going. It's like paranormal. What's the word for like greater than normal abilities, supernatural abilities?
No,
Yeah, so
yeah.
psychic. Yeah, so.
I just want to ask a slightly more general question than is he psychic? Yes or no?
Right.
Why?
Okay.
I think that's a good question. Your Cypher could just be like a psionic scanner thing that burns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all one use.
All right. So, are you doing the scan?
I will scan him because I suspect he's got some kind of technology or some way.
All right. So, burn
'Cause
2 intellect points for me.
I've got 2 edge.
Oh,
It's a freebie.
Oh, you've got 2 edge, so
Oh,
don't worry
nice.
about burning any points. Good point. And how does
Well,
it
still
work?
+1,
Like,
doesn't
how
it?
do you scan? Do the little micro drones come out and zip around?
Yeah, basically.
So there's all these little nano drones floating around, shooting light at him.
I see his drones go out. I bring out the gun again. I don't know why the drones. I've never seen the drones, but since they came from my ally,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like this isn't me shooting drones out of me isn't an unusual thing, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, today I was old when I
Scanning creature reveals
Could
its
fire
level.
drones
You
out
Came
also
out of the
learn
wazoo.
that
That's
you
where they
feel
come out of.
concerned about matter and energy. So you might learn a wooden box contains a device. Might learn a glass that is full of poisonous gas and its metal stand is electric field running through it. Creature same as a mammal has a small brain. The ability is... Okay, all right. Yep. Okay, so you scan him. What do you learn? He is only partially biological.
Mm-hmm.
He has significant an advanced technology built through his entire body.
Yeah, I don't think he's touching that gem.
As a matter of
So-
fact, the technology exceeds your ability to comprehend it.
So I'm sharing this information via
That's-
AR to everyone, and I will say
That's
next
terrifying.
next on the gem handing out.
Yeah.
And since it specifically says you also automatically know his level,
Yep.
he is a level 8 threat.
Okay.
Now remember, guys, that's 21. You can't roll.
No, that's 24.
We can't roll
That's
high.
24.
Oh shit! No, you're right. I can't math. Yeah, it's so hard. We can't roll.
We
You can
can't roll
always
with it.
do
Can't roll
things
to
to
hit him. We
reduce
need
that difficulty
Yeah,
number.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Effort and all sorts of shit. But baseline, no normal human, no one unassisted can hit this guy or can fight this guy.
So
I'm-
you scan him, and he is threaded through with nano-cybernetic technology. His whole body is basically a combination of biological and nanotechnology, which exceeds your technical level.
Fucking hell.
all
Good
right.
news is we didn't
So-
hand him over to those Omicron guys.
I'm also going to point out that he is
How's
very
that
likely
bad? I would've
he's
done-
very
sorry,
likely
go on.
armed as well. So just the same way I've got my little nanobot, pop
Yeah,
gun.
he's a
He's
weapon.
probably
Yeah.
he is most likely a weapon in himself. That's right. Yeah. So I'm going to say no deal. Like no deal. We don't. Well, I'm going to suggest to my friends. We've got no equal footing here.
Okay. So our options are now what?
He's looking at all these nano drones floating around him, scanning him. By the way, because it's not a subtle activity. It's not an invisible
Yeah.
one. He
Oh, no.
fully knows that he's been scanned.
He's probably chuckling.
Look, will this help? Let me help you. I have no desire to commit violence against you. I genuinely just want to look at the gem, and I am genuinely going to give you the location of the base. The reasons for me doing that are my own. But I have every intention of doing that, but I need to see the gem. If you don't show me the gem, I'm going to force you to show me the gem. There are only two ways this conversation ends. You on the ground, all unconscious, me taking the gem. You conscious, me looking at the gem. Your choices are very simple.
Can I check? So I'm assuming perception is what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Is he? I want to know if he's bluffing. The extent to which he kind of believes what he's telling us.
Okay. You don't have to roll. He is absolutely convicted.
Okay, cool.
Because I think I can kill him, but it will require maximum effort and my ciphers. Well, let me
Gonna
rephrase
deal
that.
damage to him, man. Don't. I wouldn't.
I can
no.
deal. I can hit him. I don't know about shielding and armor and things like that. So option one is to let him do it, or option two is to call. I can message the Omicron guys.
Oh yeah, and let them deal with it.
Right? What's the decision?
I think we show him the gem.
All right.
All right, let's see.
He knows we've got
So
it.
let's,
He's already seen
this,
it.
but this guy's
I
tech
get the
is way
impression-
beyond. Yeah.
But this guy is
I get the impression that
literally.
we're being offered lube as a professional courtesy.
Yes, that is a very good way of describing it.
All right. We show him the thing.
Right. Okay. Excellent. I'm glad we all came to that conclusion together. That's excellent.
And just to be really clear, I'm opening the case, pointing away from him,
Yeah.
so that he's not seeing whatever else is in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And pulling out
Alright.
the gem and closing the case again.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, I just need to hold it for a minute.
And then you will give it back, yes?
Yes, that's what I said I'd do.
Okay.
Yep.
We're giving the gem. I
All
hand
right.
it over.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
can I just okay, that.
He holds the gem in his hands and it throbs. It actually does something you've never seen it do before. It actually kind of makes a sort of thrumming sound. And then he goes, okay. Right. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is very bad to hang on to for a long time.
I knew it.
I'm just
I'm never
telling
gonna
you
have
that
problems.
free of charge. You don't have to take my
How-
advice.
When you say very bad, what's it going to do?
And
Well,
yeah,
it-
what's a long time? I mean, the universe has been around a while.
It is so it is draining all forms of electrical energy, and for that matter, any other form of energy in a near vicinity. So every time you take it out of the box, it's draining electrical energy of every form. The last time I
including-
checked, as a biological being, you transmit information through neurons and through triggering electrical impulses. Over
Gotcha.
time, this will degrade you. It will actually make you dumber and potentially psychotic. But,
back
you
in the
know,
box.
who am I to judge?
The box do an
so-
okay job of shielding us?
Yeah, as long as it's kept in the box at all times. But I assume you've taken it out. Well, I know you have. You've just done it then. But I'm sure it's not the first time or the last time. Anyway, just fair warning. Look, I actually now understand what, I understand the provenance of it. So that's answered my question. You can have it back. I assume you want it back. You don't want to give it to me. I'm happy to take it off your hands right now.
No, we're good.
Nope.
Okay. All right. There you go. Now we can all agree that this little conversation has been quite civilized. Yes.
Yes.
Now, what I'm about to share with you, I share with you, and my one request is you don't share it with Omicron. I can't make you do that, but I can assure you if you do, it's going to end badly for everyone. They're just a little bit of a, sledgehammer looking for a nail. Okay, so you want to go to what is her name? The person who can give you the location of the original base is on the planet Pagaton in District 268. And her name is Mercedes Karamaka.
That's where we are, isn't it? District 268. Isn't that?
No, you're in the subsector next to it.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
Yeah,
you're
I
right
think
on
one's
the
been
edge
with
of.
us.
Yeah, you're right on the edge of 268, like as in 268 is the next one along. And Pagaton is a planet that's close to the Imperial border. If you go there and reach and find Mercedes, she can tell you the location of the original base where this stuff comes from.
Okay.
That's it. Now, are you satisfied? Because I
I
am.
suggest we are.
I think that was a very
Yes.
fruitful, civilized conversation, as you said.
It's all it needs to be. We don't have to be violent. We can all just agree. Now, I understand the cover you've gone with is that I'm operating some mafia group.
What the actual fuck? Didn't
This guy-
hold on. Fuck's sake.
No, that's fine. I don't mind. I was listening. It's
There
okay.
was some shenanigans.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. We were looking for a way to, as you said, not share too much with our Imperial friends.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Well, that's all I need to know. So, if you ever need some assistance, don't hesitate to call.
Will do.
Who is he? Like, anyway.
Well, on that note, I should probably make myself scarce.
You're
And
expected
be in
to
my
be in your
room
room.
in time to be collected for questioning in relation to my criminal activities.
Can I, before he goes, I just want to ask, who are you that we
So
want to call on
Cash.
you for help?
You scanned me. I mean, I didn't put my shields up.
True, but that doesn't answer my question as to who or what you come from and who you represent.
I am just an interested party looking to manage some risks that I've recently become aware of. And thankfully, you seem to be people who are heading in the right direction. So just giving you a bit of a steer, giving you a bit of a hand. Let's just see it as a quid pro quo.
All right.
And I mean, I'm not going to call it a favor, but I feel, genuinely, I feel like you could be doing me a solid here, depending on how it all goes down, where you'll end up. And should you be capable of having a chat at some point in the future, I would be more than happy to take that call should you ever, need to reach out for someone who has a certain expertise in relation to, the ancients.
And we'd reach you how?
Oh, you know where
reach
I
us.
am. No, you know where I am. I run a criminal enterprise on Regina. Which by the way, I actually have a criminal enterprise that I run on Regina, so you shouldn't be that hard to find. Conveniently, I actually have one. So no, look, I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk again at some point.
Yes.
Right, lovely chatting to you all. Like I said, I need to make myself scarce so that when they come to my stateroom, they can arrest me or, interrogate me. I'll talk to you later. And he moves past you all and opens the door and steps out into the corridor.
I would like to imagine violently throttling him as he walks past me.
He seems to show no sign of awareness of that, or at least he doesn't.
What did
It just
what did
makes me feel
Clank's
happier.
nanobots pick up on the while they were scanning him while he was holding the gem? That's what I want to know. What changed in him?
Yeah, that's a good point, because if he's so mechanical, surely there should have been some drain to him.
And he did something to it, right? So your nanobots were still floating about.
All right. So he activated some sort of scanning capability.
Mhm.
So in his hands, he actually activated something that was generating different waveforms, and they were all doing exactly what they want. He did look affected by your little nanobots can't get too close to the gem because they have the same problem, i.e. when they fly too close to the sun, or the candle in this case. Okay. I make the noise, and then they're gone. So the scanning worked, and the bots, your little nanobots didn't detect enough of a radiation of a power loss. Remember, it's not that it's a constant drain, but it's not a significant drain. It's just constant, and eventually, it will drain anything, obviously. And as he steps out, he just pulls this weird little clicker object out of his pocket. And I can't remember, because you didn't see him do what he did to make everything go black, did you? No, it just happened behind you. So he pulls out this
He's
clicker.
Dumbledore.
and
That's what I was thinking.
and looks around and presses the button
Hagrid.
and then moves on, moving quite quietly away. Right, guys, what do you want to do?
Cry.
Have a sit down.
I mean, we're totally outclassed by this guy.
So I was
Oh,
just trying to work
wait.
it out. I've got a combat enhancer that it's level 3.
Yeah.
So how do I like what does it do?
Well, when you open up the drop down, you can read it.
But does the level mean anything, or is it?
Yeah, usually the most, and not all, but most ciphers have a definition of what the level means in their description.
Okay, this does not.
For 1 hour, the user can apply one free level of effort to any task, including without spending amount. Free level of effort provided by the cipher does not count towards the maximum amount of effort. No, so this is the cipher where the level is irrelevant.
Right. Okay. Cool. So
not all,
not
all levels count as.
I
relevant.
could reduce him to a level 3 character.
No,
if I
that's
maxed
one
out.
free level of effort. One.
Yeah, that doesn't count. So,
plus all your other things that you would throw.
Plus
in.
everything
Okay.
else. One
Right,
shot.
Okay.
One.
You'd have one shot. You'd have one shot where you'd only need a 9 to hit him.
And it's still barely better than 50-50 to hit him as well.
Yes.
Level 3 still means you need to beat a 9.
You're not meant to fight everything you meet, guys. Just making that point.
No.
But I still wanna.
There you go.
The Imperial training demands.
Orcus, you would have failed, mate. That would have been a fail.
Would have
right there.
failed. Oof.
That would have been a fail, and it would have hurt.
You gotta roll
This is
24,
broken,
buddy.
man. This is broken.
Because then he would have turned around. It's like
And just annihilate it.
Nick. Over the years, mate, that we've been playing, I've noticed that you have a particular dislike of the dice rolling engine behind Foundry. Have you thought about the fact that it's not the dice rolling engine? It's you. It's you, buddy. You're the one that can't roll. All right. Okay. All right. So that's a beautiful 16, though. So look, points to you for getting it there.
Would've got a
No,
10.
look, you can. So when you go up levels, you can improve your training. You can improve your heavy weapon skill. So where it says skill up there, for every 4 experience points, you can buy a new ability, a new box. And once you've ticked all the boxes, is it all of the boxes or is it just 4? I think it's just 4. You go up to the next tier. You go up to the next tier.
But with your skills, you can't improve combat skills. So I can improve my ability skill of Onslaught, but you can't improve combat skills. Like they're specific to.
You can become trained in a combat skill.
Yeah, but that's like from a warrior ability, not from.
Right. Okay. You can't just buy it up as a skill. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. But if you were a warrior and you were level whatever, 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah, you get like expertise in weapons.
You get expertise in weapons. Yeah, exactly.
So what does practice first trained mean?
So practice just means that you're not hindered. So you can use the weapon at sort of with no modifier.
Normal difficulty.
If you're not practiced in a weapon, and warriors are practiced in all types of weapons, but for instance, the adept is only practiced, I think, in light weapons. Is that right?
Yeah. So if I tried to pick up your gun, I'd have a penalty to use it.
Yeah, because you get hindered
I
for
want to cut
anything.
your arm off. Sorry.
That also would have had an impact, yes. Yeah, so you get skill with attack, skill with defense at tier 2 as a warrior. So you can actually buy better skill with weapons at level 2, or you get better skill, or you can choose to enhance your weapon ability. All right, so my only outstanding question then is, at any point in the next 24 hours, do you guys go off and tell the Omicron division about Uncle Glenn?
Nope.
All right. Then the next day, you find yourselves back at the spaceport, decamping, with the thanks of the Omicron division, and obviously looking forward to hearing back from you with your notes. And you have the directions you need to get to the planet I mentioned earlier, Pagaton.
All right. Cool.
Which is, I should just kind of map. There it is, traveler map. Where's it taking me? There's the dual subsector.
So while we are prepping ship, I want to get the papers and scan some of them, just the innocuous ones.
Yeah.
And then I'll write up some notes on kind of supporting what I said. You know, went to this planet, saw this, blah blah blah. Query, you know, artifacts, query meeting, and scan that, and that'll be like the header. And then I'll package that up and send that off to the encrypted delivery thing.
Okay.
With a bunch of like clearly hopeless misinterpretations of the facts thrown in.
Correct.
Like all of that kind of business. Like we just want to reinforce to them that we're the clueless New York police.
Yep.
Instead.
They're all powerful and can ignore us.
So no
Okay.
lies, just like leaps of logic that are not clever.
Yeah.
So, how does that? No, I have to do it in this one. Okay, cool.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So with that in mind, so Pagaton is right there
Mm-hmm.
on that planet.
Oh, that's out of fucking territory, is it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
268 is not Imperial territory, or at least it's contested. So the Imperium goes out to Metacore, Melis Falx. Now,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys are at either Windsor or Weiss. I've forgotten where the ship is. It's Weiss. Oh, no, it's Aki. It's Aki.
Oh, yes, Aki.
You're at Aki. The Glistening Pearl is at Aki. Yeah, that sounds right. So you are here.
What was our jump rating?
You're a jump 3 ship.
Okay, so we could do it in 2 jumps.
Yeah.
Need
You
be.
can actually jump all the way to Melor if you want. Or you can go to Weiss and then, or you could actually just go to Windsor and then jump the 3 to Pagaton.
Yeah.
And
With
Windsor
that
has
BS.
a, you know, has
fuel
a
zone.
C-class fuel. Yeah, it has a C-class thing. It doesn't have a gas giant, but it's C-class. But that'll
Great.
get you enough fuel, and then you can jump 1, 2, 3 to Pagaton. Cool.
Is there what would how do I like what do I know about jump tracking?
Oh, as in calculating vectors of a jump ship or putting traces on the jump ship?
Well, they don't know which is our ship, I assume. But in terms, well, tell me about both of them.
Okay, so it's probably, I mean, you might be asking the question, but there are others in your team who are probably better equipped to answer it. So this would be Antos and Razko, probably as the 2 most informed. I think, yes. I think definitely yes. So let's just see.
I'm not sure that I have any.
I reckon piloting and stealth, if that could be considered, if stealth could be considered avoiding being tracked through space. Stealth didn't work so well to avoid the sun, so I don't know.
Oh, that's true, actually. No, fair point. Fair point, Brendan. Except for the breaking into computers, you don't really have it. Yeah, so, Tom, you can probably...
Yep, I reckon piloting. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to roll that. Oh, god damn it.
And unusually, you made it, though, mate.
Oh, well, I mean, I was going to fuck around with skills, but
you didn't have to. You didn't have to, buddy.
I'll take that.
So I'm going to rule it's
test
actually
if that
more to do
works.
with using sensors than anything else.
Oh, well, then it's not piloting.
But it's still
using sensors. I've got that. Is it the same? Oh,
Yeah.
Shall I re-roll?
No. It
All right,
doesn't
cool.
change
Using
the
sensors,
outcome.
I didn't see that.
All right, so it's notoriously difficult to calculate. So ships in jump are in a bubble, a micro universe. So they can't send signals out. Nothing can send signals in. They're untraceable while they jump. Ships that enter into normal space are detectable, but then you're applying speed of light issues to that. So there's no magical tracer, right? If you jump 3 systems, then that signal's got to travel somewhere in the order of what's a parsec again? How many light years
No
is
idea.
it?
3 point something light years.
Yeah, so it's got to
yeah,
travel
it's-
for, in your case, 9 years to get back to where you are at the speed of light.
Alright, so
you
that
can
means there's-
calculate the jump vector, and of course, you're meant to notify, the high port before you jump what your jump plan is. Whether you tell the truth or not is completely up to you. Calculating vectors is very difficult, not impossible, however. I will just make the point, not impossible.
So do we, like, our ship has a unusual jump capability?
It does. It explicitly
Right.
has a jump capability that exceeds a far trader. So your ship looks like a far trader, but actually has better jump than a far trader has.
But Windsor's right next
So-
to us, right? So a little one jump to the
Yeah, absolutely.
that's next to us is
Yeah.
inconspicuous.
Yep.
Oh,
And
100%.
then-
I'm just... Sorry, go on. I didn't mean to...
No,
interrupt
go.
you.
Go.
I'm just wondering, I'm just bringing up my traveler map. If we, like, it's expected that our ship has a 2 jump capacity.
Correct.
Yep. So if we jump to Windsor, can we fake jump towards Melor and then change directions and go to Pagaton?
Well, I mean, technically, if your ship is registered as a 2 jump ship, remember, conceptually, you can't jump to Pagaton with your engine.
I know.
So
But you said
yes,
they
is
could-
the answer. You can project as if you're jumping to Melor and actually
Yes,
jump to
that's-
Pagaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
You can't do it perfectly, right? So there's always going to be a risk that someone can work out where you actually jumped. There's just only so much you can control for.
Or we just take
no,
an extra
sorry.
week and literally jump to Melia, and then like if we're
Well-
concerned about being followed.
tracked.
I suppose, I don't know if you could just, like, bring up your map.
Oh yeah, I can do it again.
Like-
yeah, sure.
like, if you look at Windsor and Melior is 2 jumps away and in a 45-degree angle away from Pagaton. So I would suggest that it would be very difficult to, like, if we're jumping but we got a full stop. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the point I would remind you of is technically, as far as anyone who just looks at your ship and doesn't understand its internal specs, technically, if you jump from Windsor or Weiss, you can't get to Pagaton. So therefore, if you really want to hide, if you want to conceal yourselves, your best model is to go from Windsor to Pagaton.
Okay.
Because-
I suppose in my head... Go on, sorry.
Well, just because anyone who looks at your ship will assume you can't have made that jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose where I'm working at, and that's totally fine, I'll let it go, is that if my ship, if I go into jump, is aiming in a specific direction, right? I assume when we go to hyperspace, we don't go round curves and turn corners. So people normally assume you jump in a direction. And so if we leave Windsor's space in a direction of Melior, but stop 1 parsec out and then turn towards Panagon, no one can calculate our jump because it's a 2 jump vector.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
We jump. I might be
I'm not sure
overcomplicating this.
I'm not sure that we necessarily jump in a particular direction.
That was based on all my Star Wars and other kind of
You jump in the direction you're
calculation.
facing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm working from. If that's not the case, I'll just shut up.
Spin us around and then press jump. See where we end up.
With essentially what happens is you have to get a certain distance away from the gravity world, and then the jump bubble forms.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you're separated for a week, and then you pop out wherever you've calculated that you'll pop out.
Ignore my sorry for wasting time.
I don't know that you necessarily have to vector towards it before you jump.
Beautiful. I'm down with that. All right, we go
Okay.
next.
All right.
Thomas's interpretation obviously overwrites.
Yeah, that guy's out of control.
Sort of my understanding,
Crazy.
and that makes it difficult to track jumps. Which isn't to say that someone with tech like Uncle Glenn isn't able to do it.
Yeah, well, we can't beat that tech, so.
But remember, he gave you Pagaton as distress, so he probably doesn't need to track you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's already there.
What I'm saying is like,
And we're going to
up
talk
to
to one of his
TL16
contacts
or whatever
as
the
well.
state of the art is for the Imperium. They probably can't go, well, we know where you went. They can sort of surmise that, okay, well, that's a jump to capable vessel. They've gone from Aki, so therefore they're going to jump to a system that's within
that's cool.
2 parsecs.
I overcomplicated this. Sorry, guys.
That's cool.
You broke our mouse.
So you all are happy. You get on the ship and you blink out, and you arrive above Pagaton, and that is, I'll just give you the very quick sort of description of Pagaton. That's the planets you skipped, more planets that you skipped, more planets that you didn't go to, more planets you didn't go to. There's a planet you also didn't need to go to. Pagaton. Pagaton lies beyond the Imperial border in District 268. It's a pleasant enough world with 90% water coverage and a standard atmosphere, whose 900 miles or so of 900 million or so inhabitants are divided amongst the great many small nations and enclaves. The average tech level is 4.
Which is like 60 bows, right?
It's kind of muskets and
Yeah.
that kind of level.
Like medieval Renaissance sort of.
Yeah. As a result, items rather than cargoes are bought and sold at the port, and trade volumes are very low. Yeah. What is clear is Pagaton's never had a very high population. It's spread out across islands. However, the tech level is actually regressing, and the reason is that actually the planet's going through a massive ice age. So it's 90% water. A lot of that water is in ice.
Off you go, then. Have a swim.
Have a go.
Not a fucking penguin.
You got a cannon. You can melt the ice.
Fishing through little holes in the
get
ice
stood off
carved
for
by
once.
the article cannons.
Yeah, okay, so there's a small high port which seems to have been manufactured from the hulls of previous spaceships, and a small beacon going off saying, please dock at the high port to register before entering, before landing on Pagaton. It's completely up to you whether you comply. And yeah, that's where we'll... actually, we'll just go to that. And from a quick check that Mercedes Karamaka is Respis. Is it a village called Respis? Respis.
Oh, right, okay.
And that is where we will stop for this evening, I think.
Alrighty.
That's
Getting
good.
interesting.